Beardos, weirdos, boils and ghouls. Things are going to change. Unfortunately, with people trying to dox me, with all of the negativity, the name calling, I can't do this anymore. I can't be the debunker that you want. Let me introduce you to your new presenter on this channel.
How do? Definitely not Beardo. Definitely not. We're in the same shirt. Definitely not Beard. Shit.
Let me know in the comment section down below if you got a little tiny bit worried at the beginning of that video. Just see, I did. How are we all doing? It has been a little while since I've looked at Really Haunted. Now, part of the reason I did that little skit there was just because a lot of people have been concerned that I'm going to change my content, change my channel. It's been a while since we've looked at Really Haunted. That's right, the tit. What? Did you think I was going to change how I spoke about people that are fleecing others? How I was going to change my content when I'm highlighting the fake? Tisk tisk, you have little faith. Anyway, I haven't watched him for... Right, where's his videos? The last video I watched was 2 weeks ago. So there's two videos I want to... Scariest videos we found online, #1. Is he doing top 5s now? Okay, so the first video is called What WTF is that in my haunted house? It's you, Lee. It's always you.
Joe, I've explained it before. It's like a bug hitting you.
I can hear somebody walking. I have just heard 3 steps of somebody with a foot doing that slappy like he's wearing diving flippers through his living room. Somebody else just walked through that house. I missed it the first time. So he's going to go out there and say there's nobody here. Look, these whatever is on the floor. It came out of the kitchen. It's the bar stools. The bar stools have come out of the kitchen. There's nobody there. I've just heard somebody walk past him. So he gets up, he's got the camera on himself, that person walks the same time as him round there, he does this with the camera to make sure they're not in shot. That's the exact same walking sound we just heard, while he sat on the sofa. We heard somebody walk out of that kitchen.
That scared the absolute shit out of me then.
Language! You never hear me doing that. Okay, so he walks up to this area, he pans the camera in there. However, there's a worktop here, so the footsteps could have been somebody walking around here into the kitchen and ducking down behind that work surface, or walking out into this room here, or indeed walking up into this corner of the living room. Now what he's done there, to you, is like he's just picked the stuff up. He's got the camera swinging around wildly, not a care in the world, because he's just picking up his stools. Now what he's done is he's looked across that worktop for you, the viewer, to say, oh, there's nobody there. But they could be ducked down behind. In fact, I think that's where they are. But all of this walking around now, it's not just him going about his daily business, not being scared or anything. This is him proving there is nobody else in the house with him without looking behind our unit. Now he's had his back to it for however long. He could have put a cut somewhere, somebody could have done cartwheels past him, and we would never know any different.
I best move that laptop. That's something I don't want getting broke.
How come all of his ghosts and his spirits are there to do maximum damage, to hurt him, to hurt his feelings, to mess with his psyche, and they never break anything expensive? Cups, they only ever throw stuff they can't break. Those dining chairs, cutlery, they push the sofas about, they push the chairs about. Never anything breakable. They don't actually break anything, and on occasion there may be a glass or something has gone, I don't know, I don't care. But it's nothing expensive. Now if this ghost was real, and there to do you damage, sir, it'd be smashing your laptop, it'd be hitting your TVs off the wall, You'd be turning your tumble dryer on in peak hours.
Yeah, in the bedroom, my heart's pounding.
I'm not sure if you heard exactly what he said there. Now let's treat let's treat this like a spirit box session, shall we? And tell me what you guys heard.
Yeah, in the bedroom, my heart's pounding.
I think he meant heart. He definitely said in the bedroom my ass is pounding. Whatever floats your boat, I am not here to trying to borrow some of this, Lee. Genuinely, it's taken me far longer to recover from laughing at that than it should have. I know, I'm a child. It was a childish thing to find funny, but I don't care.
You're still here talking.
I hear nothing. I heard nothing. This is not a cheap or rubbish headset at all. Lee, if you're worried about your ass banging, you may want to roll over. Just saying. Again, this slide hits that cupboard, and then there's another bang this side where somebody's walked off or moved away or tried to hide, and they've knocked something.
It's been slung across the room from. Show you there's no one behind the couch.
So again, what he's done, he's picked the camera up, he showed you around, he's banged the camera into everything. And oddly, it's the same sound that was made after that bag was thrown. So somebody's moved out of shot. While he walks off that way, somebody's probably gone out the front door, stood behind the curtains, could potentially have gone upstairs. Because he walks so slow. That slow, methodical walk that he does is to give himself time to react, time to edit things in, time for people that are not supposed to be there to get out of shot, etc. Those noises after he's had 2 Poltergeist events, and there's been 2 noises afterwards that shouldn't have been there. And again, nothing that can be damaged.
I'm clicking record.
The reason I've laughed is he has probably just watched a video where I discussed these devices, or even my live stream where I discussed these devices, how the Ouija brothers debunked them, why I don't use them, and how people do this with their arm. Or he's watched Exploring with Danny and has gone, oh, that's how he does it. You move your arm and you... Oh! I can't wait for this.
What's your purpose for being here?
Oh, no. Those bangs are apparently the new bangs in his haunted house. But that bang is a bass drum bang. If you've got earbuds or earphones, put them in, turn the volume right up, listen to those bangs, and it is the sound of a bass kick pedal hitting the skin. And the reason I noticed that is just after the doof sound, the low-pitched bang, you can hear the chain of the snare drum rattle. It's a sampled sound he's overlaid. You hear that little metal at the end of it? But yeah, it's a bass drum sample and the chain underneath the snare drum. Bangs.
New Lucasade Sport Zero Sugar. Here.
I left a bit of that in. I was jumping through his video to see if anything else happens. and an advert came on, double the volume of everything else in this video. It's scary. I could jump scared by an advert. Okay, so he's been laying there for ages, left it all in the video. Nothing happens, but it's there. Because everyone wants to hear him mouth breathing. And then this happens. That is a still image dragged across the screen. That is literally a tracked image overlaid on the screen. It comes from there, swoops around there, disappears as it gets to his face. It doesn't go in him. It disappears when it gets to his face. There's no definition to it. It doesn't behave naturally. It casts no shadow, catches no light. It's just a on-screen thing. Now, what he's done is he's literally filmed himself sleeping. And he's coughed in his sleep and then thought, all right, that's where I can put an orb in. It'll look natural. Except the orb doesn't look natural. That orb I have found on YouTube on a green screen. You've seen it in my haunted house. It comes out of a unit next to my bed before the unit starts shaking. It's the same orb. He's just reversed the colours on it. He's inverted the colours. So his is black. And he just tracks the movement all around here. Very comfy shorts, though. Very comfy shorts. Oh, fuck me. It's the sleepwalking again. Okay. He goes and does his thing. He stands by the back door. He does that paranormal activity, sleepwalking wobble. He then comes back into the living room, grabs the camera, drags it to the door, leaves it there, then stands there, stares out the window. Nothing happens except he knocks the window with his finger. And now he's just walked off. And it was only when he's walked off that I've realised he's pretended to sleepwalk that entire scenario. Getting the camera, taking it to the back door, everything. He slept-walked all of that. What a load of crap. The state of that window. Is this your ghostly? Because it's got the same shape as you. And there it goes. Okay, this is his next video. Absolute madness in my haunted house. Any madness in that house is coming from you thinking that we are all falling for this junk. Flickering lights and bass. The aliens are coming. I don't know why I did that in an accent. Very clever. Unfortunately, Lee, we can't see this area of the sofa. So you could have somebody, probably yourself, laying on the floor here and just pull that sofa out. We can't see this, so you could have something run up the back of your sofa there, like a big chunk of skirting board that has appeared from behind here before. You could literally push the sofa out with it while laying on the floor down here. This blind spot is where you are to create this effect. And the fact you've got a wooden floor makes it all the easier to do. Was that his ghost? There's a slight problem there, Lee. You're going to try and convince us that there's a ghost throwing something in your house, yet we hear your footsteps. I even see a shadow. There's you getting up off the floor. There's your feet slapping across the floor. And this area darkened for a couple of seconds. That's you, Lee. Our entire second video, that was 14 minutes and 27 seconds long. All that happens is, he pushes his sofa and he throws some luggage. And I say he because you hear him get up off the floor, take 4 steps, and then throw a bag from the corner that I've just said is a blind spot. He had, in that 14 and a half minute video, about 18 seconds of footage that he could have tried to pass off as paranormal. Everything else was just low rumbling bass sounds and weird lighting anomalies. They weren't weird lighting anomalies. It's the night vision, and it wasn't even weird light anomalies. That's what he'll say it was, like a pulsing effect. It's just the camera, and that was rough. That was worse than the first one we watched. So, in summary, Lee has created poltergeist activity in his home. You hear his feet slapping the floor, and when it's not his feet slapping the floor, it's somebody else's. He moves the camera in a way to make sure you never see them. He's overlaid a sound, which is clearly a bass kick drum that's attached to a drum kit, because you hear the chain of the snare rattle slightly after the bang. After the deep bassy duff, you hear the rattle of the chain on the snare. It's a sample sound. I'm glad you're changing it up a bit and the poltergeist stuff is back, but me and Purple recently watched some of your older stuff and your editing was better 2 years ago. Could that have something to do with other people being involved that are no longer involved with your family? Maybe somebody else was doing the editing for you and you're really, really struggling to recreate what they did. Truly awful. Nothing has changed. You're still a tit. It's all still fake, and it's awful. It is really, really bad. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Much love to you all. Beardo out.